This is SoundOff, Louisiana's premier television sports show. Coming to you from Sportsbook at L'Auberge Lake Charles. Here are the guys, Rick, Scooter, and Kevin.
We have the full lineup tonight on SoundOff, coming to you from the Sportsbook at L'Auberge. I'm referring to the return of Mr. Hobbs.
Glad to have Scooter back.
Kevin
the
was
south of France was nice this time of year.
Thank you. We bow to you.
Yeah.
Hey, Guidry was well behaved. Basically,
always.
all the free talk time he took when you weren't here, every bit of it went to his side of the table.
Half the time,
I tried.
Half the
I
time,
have trouble getting a word in anyway.
look, half the time
Fight.
we were
You
talking,
gotta fight.
I was saying, boy, you know, that's what Scooter would have said. Those were the
I didn't
majority
hear
of my
that
comments.
once. I didn't
I
hear
said,
that
you know
once.
what? That's what Scooter
Again,
would've
the
said.
yellow flag.
That's
I
what I
didn't hear
said.
All right,
He
welcome
doesn't
into the
mind
show.
putting words
really.
in my mouth, even when I'm here.
What is this? The flag? Isn't that the progressive insurance car commercial? When they oh no, it's the replay. It's the red flag, the challenge flag.
Exactly,
That's what
it's
it is.
the challenge flag.
All right, we got a jammed up show for you. We got
Let's
a lot
have
to
it.
cover. Look, by the time you're watching this show, McNeese
Thursday.
and Gonzaga, it's over. You know, our production was before. We don't know who's going to win.
Yeah.
I think we all have come to the consensus that I think they got a puncher's chance.
They do.
He thinks it's Rocky 3. He thinks McNeese had a better than a puncher's chance to upset Gonzaga.
I did.
12
guess.
versus 5. So we'll see. We'll talk around that, and we'll talk about the transformation of this basketball program between us and also Heath Schroyer.
I agree.
The AD will join us a little bit
agree.
later on in the show to do some of that. But we'll get into some football too, some McNeese spring football. We'll save LSU spring football for next week. I want to get on LSU baseball. They dropped the SEC opener. We'll get Hobbs to weigh in on that.
Big weekend for them this
Yeah,
week.
you don't want to get
You
too
don't
far
even know
behind.
who they play, do you?
No,
Okay.
no. But I've got you here, though, Scooter.
Let's get this train rolling. All right,
Let's do it.
Like I said, our show production before the tip-off game out in Salt Lake City between McNeese and Gonzaga. Look, it is ironic. We talked about it earlier in the week that McNeese and Schroyer and Will Wade trying to transform this program, and lo and behold, when it flashed on the Sunday selection, they want to be like a Gonzaga, and whoop, there it is. McNeese versus number 5 Gonzaga. But the matchup for McNeese in this game, which we don't know the results, I think it was one of the better matchups, 12 versus 5 for McNeese.
It's about as much as McNeese could hope for.
I think so.
And I don't claim to be a hoop head.
No, exactly.
But wiser minds than me think the same thing.
Yeah. They didn't have a 7'4" Zach Edey from Purdue to contend with.
No.
You know?
No. But you know what, Rick, when you look at it, I think that McNeese, the type of basketball they play, I mean, you can clearly see that the Southland had no answers for what they did all year long. Clearly.
Hey, click your heels. You're not in the Southland anymore.
That's true. That's true. This is
But
the best of the
when you look at Gonzaga
68
and
of the
how
best.
they play, they're a transition type team. They move the ball, they push it fast. I think McNeese can play that type of basketball with the people they have on the floor, Rick. And I'm saying that could be the one thing that could benefit them. They have to stay out of foul trouble. They have to.
Look, Will Wade, what more could he do in this first magical run year?
30-3?
30-3.
Come on now, ain't
I
nothing
don't
else he
know.
could
And
do.
the string of records that
Nothing
he
else
set
he
for
could
this
do, Rick.
program
Nothing.
and the player set is this long.
Yeah.
You know, the sellouts and the whole bit, the excitement in the community and how he reached out.
To me,
He
that's
did it
more
all.
important, more impressive than the 30-3.
Well, I'll disagree with you on that front, but I see where you're coming from.
yeah.
You're big on having the, you know, but
I'm with Scooter on that too, though.
what
Now,
happens when you win?
Yeah.
They will come.
Yeah, Rick.
You got to win.
You know, the one thing we talked about when we all sat here, we said those first couple of years when they built the Legacy Center, we said, woo, man, is that the most they're going to put in that place? Now people are coming out the rafters.
Yeah.
Okay?
You got to keep winning, though.
You got to keep
That
winning.
place
Rick. That's
looks
what you
good
do.
on TV. Too.
It does.
It does.
It does.
No doubt about it.
And
No
that,
doubt
Rick,
about
I think that's why that place was built. And I think who knows how long Will Wade will be here.
All right,
But
let's go there.
For the time he's here, let's enjoy
I'm
it.
sure.
man.
I'm sure we'll have part of that conversation with the AD Heath Schroyer. Look,
Yeah.
look, the jobs are open. I mean, Michigan
All over,
Michigan
Rick.
opened up.
All over. Got a lot of
Louisville
jobs.
is still sitting out there.
Louisville.
Your
I
favorite
think-
school, Vanderbilt.
They got some SEC teams that's going to be opening up too now.
Yeah. He will get calls. He'll continue to get calls.
Yeah.
But I think Schroyer and the administration did the right thing. They upped it to $700,000 per year and knocked out all those
mid-majors.
Mid-majors
That would be
that could
thinking
pay
about it,
him
Rick.
that. He's thinking, well, I don't want to go there.
wanna
I'll
go
stay
there.
here
Yeah.
until the plum job comes open.
Yeah.
If you're a betting man,
Yeah,
we're
but
in the
that-
sports book at LaBerge.
I know what Scooter's going to say.
I would bet they get him for one more year.
Okay.
I'm with Scooter on that. I am. I'm with Scooter on that, yeah. Beyond that, hey.
Guys.
Beyond that,
Guys.
I don't know.
Guys. Somebody comes with 2.5 to 2.8.
I know,
That's
Rick.
a tough one to
But let
turn
me say
down.
this, Rick.
That's tough.
You know what?
Tripling your
Could
salary.
be the convincing factor as to
and
what.
somebody,
Everything you say is correct.
do the buyout.
But the thing that I'm saying that Will Wade's going to look at, you look at what's going to be on that bench coming back to say, do I have a fighting chance? That's going to be a determining factor too.
Well,
Rick.
you know,
Who can I bring
let's
in?
talk about
Who can
that.
I bring in to make
It's
sure?
a very, very veteran team.
Right.
I haven't gone down it
Right.
face by face, but
Yeah.
they got to
Seniors.
lose a lot.
Yeah,
Well,
they are.
I'll give you this, though. He basically built this team out of nothing.
He did.
Yeah.
He
You
did.
know,
And he can do it again.
He will have to do it again,
Yeah.
but he's shown he can.
Yes, he can. Now, look, if indeed the season ended, we don't know. And if they continue a run, it's going to come to an end eventually. Well, you've got Garcia coming back. You've got DJ. If they come back, they're
right.
going to get
You're
calls.
right.
Wade
You're
has
right.
already said his players are going to get calls.
They will,
from
Rick,
other programs for what
because
they
of what
did.
he's done, Rick.
Exactly right. So he's got to re-recruit them. But Wells, Collum, Felder, and Cam Jones off the bench.
Yeah.
They'll lose him as seniors.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So anyway, we're getting ahead of ourselves.
No, we're not.
Hey, I went to the Max Bar and Grill over the weekend. Took in the Sunday brunch. Fantastic.
Wow.
Folks. You got to get down there. Get early, though, because it was jam-packed. It's very popular on their brunches. They serve up great steaks
it
and
is.
burgers and po' boys, fresh seafood, salads, and, of course, that crawfish grilled cheese sandwich that everybody loves. Fantastic bar. It's all at the Max in Westlake.
If it's a story worth telling, it starts with Getaways specializing in me time. Handcrafted flavors, eager to please. Escapes to soak the day away. And rounds on a course designed by Tom Fazio. Start a story all your own at Le Berge Lake Charles.
Miller Lite has more taste and only 1 more calorie than Michelob Ultra.
What are you doing with the Johnson sofa?
They had a pipe break. Water leaked all over.
Really?
I'm a Roto-Rooter plumber.
Really?
We do water cleanup, too.
Really?
Yeah.
Call Roto-Rooter for plumbing and water cleanup.
Locally owned Roto-Rooter of Southwest Louisiana does it all. Plumbing, drain cleaning, and water cleanup.
We're the attorneys Southwest Louisiana has known and trusted for decades. We fought relentlessly for our clients and won. We are proud to announce a new name based on our legacy of success. We are Lundy Law. The name may be new, but our team's commitment to pursuing justice for our clients has never been stronger. From personal injury and maritime cases to insurance claims, mass tort, and civil litigation, you can count on the experienced attorneys at Lundy Law.
What's bugging you?
Is it termites? The season is now and they are swarming. At J&J Exterminating, we offer some very effective weapons against infestation of your home or business. Let us take care of what's bugging you. Don't wait. Contact us now for a free inspection.
He's here. Anyone want a Coors Light?
Oh shoot, I forgot to play the song. I got a guy who can fix this.
All right, welcome back. Glad to have you aboard. We're coming to you from the Sportsbook at Le Berge. March Madness. All right, when it gets March Madness, Sportsbook is going to be your destination. But get here early, get your good seats, big screens, and the like.
Yes.
SoundOff presented by Lundy Law of Lake Charles. Also brought to you by J&J Exterminating and Le Berge Casino Resort. And our newest member of the SoundOff team, that would be Roto-Rooter of Southwest Louisiana, locally owned and operator. Kevin, it's your time to sing.
Yes.
Oh, you're not going to sing the jingle.
No.
Locally, Roto-Rooter of Southwest Louisiana.
It's the best jingle ever.
Expert plumbing services, but they also do water restoration.
Yes, they
and
do.
cleanup. One
Yes,
call.
they do.
Give Roto-Rooter a call.
Yes.
All right, guys. Look, let's talk women's basketball. LSU, Kim Mulkey, number 3. Number 3
I think she was real happy with that.
She's never really happy.
She's
but
just feisty. Coach is
against
feisty,
number
okay?
14 Rice this week. Look, they're going to beat Rice. But then they got the other interesting thing is in
they're
that
home.
side is
The women play first round game,
Why don't they name the regional? What is this? Region 1, Region 2 in Albany, Region
They're at home.
2
That's all I know. They're at home. Okay.
Poughkeepsie, I don't get it. But look,
they're at home.
They got a
probably
possible.
don't want you to know that LSU's at home.
Yeah, LSU's at home. Down the line in that side of the bracket is
Yeah.
Caitlin Clark and Iowa.
Now, that, to me,
It could be fun.
what's the NCAA thinking now?
I don't know, Scooter. Yeah.
Wouldn't you at least give those two teams, such lightning rod teams, along with South Carolina,
You would think so.
a chance to have all of them in the Final
Yeah,
Four?
but correct me if I'm
Yeah.
wrong.
Now, LSU did not belong as a number 1 seed.
No, they didn't.
I grant you
Right.
that.
No.
But could it at least try to keep Caitlin Clark away from Angel Reese?
Yeah.
But
Long enough to see them
but
later
the
on down the
NCAA
road.
doesn't want also Iowa against South Carolina again. They kind of want them, right? They're trying
Well,
to maybe
there's
maneuver.
4 regions.
I know,
That's
I
four.
know.
It
All right.
wouldn't have been that hard.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, look. You and I talked about it. The final, the SEC tournament final.
Yeah.
After the fact, we didn't get into it. Now Hobbs is here.
I got Hobbs,
She
'cause I wanna
caught-
ask
She
Hobbs.
was catching some grief and
She did.
backlash over her comment about she should have picked on somebody her own side. She could have softened her approach, but that's not Mulkey.
That is
She's
not
a scrapper.
Mulkey.
Can I
And
speak?
whether you like it or
Can
not.
I speak? I will defend her to the moon and back because
course
what
you
she
will.
said
She
was
wins.
right. No, because what she said was right. Those two girls was mouthing at each other. Coach said, "Let those two girls go at each other." That's who the
Leave the big girl out of it?
Yes.
So
Cordova
you just
comes
put
in there.
gloves on them?
Yeah. No.
I'm
But
not sure
Cordova
I
comes
agree
in
with-
there and comes and just takes the girl off of her feet.
Yeah.
You're 6'8". You're 6'8".
I got
Fauché runs 5'11", 6 feet. Come on, man.
I'm
Come on now.
I can't say, you just hush for a minute. I can't say I agree with what she said, but it was, to me, a little bit refreshing that she didn't give you a bunch of coach speak. Like I'm saying, well, she's suggesting we just back off and let them put on gloves and go at it?
But the thing was, the comment she made was right. When she says, "Oh, I wish she would have come up to Angel Reese," I love that. Pick on somebody your size. Come on now. That just wasn't right.
The best
That just
thing I
wasn't
think
right.
Kim
Well, it
Mulkey
is basketball.
What she did. Come on now,
Not
Scooter.
MMA.
Come on
Yeah,
now.
the
That
best
wasn't
thing
right.
that Kim Mulkey said, in my opinion, is, look, let's not get this overblown. It was a little pushing and shoving.
That's
it
all
wasn't,
it was.
You are correct there.
No
It was some mouthing.
swings.
It was some mouthing.
Can I throw this out
Yeah.
there a little bit? Not to defend anybody. If that's a men's game, the actual fisticuffs,
Yeah.
there was nothing.
Nothing.
No.
It really
There was
wasn't.
not a
But-
swing thrown.
Plus, you and I talked about this. When you amp up women's basketball with the best in the country, like LSU and
That's
South
what that
Carolina,
was.
you're going to get that.
That's what that was. And Rick, let me say
Highly
this.
emotional, very
You
competitive.
know, Coach Mulkey, that's the way she's always been. And I defend her to the moon and back because what she said was correct. For me, looking at what I saw, now, Fauché brother coming out the stands,
Yeah, that-
no,
that-
no,
you
you
can't
can't.
have that.
No,
Yeah.
you can't do
have
that.
No,
You can't
All
do
right,
that.
let's shift to
You can't.
McNeese and McNeese and LSU baseball. It's still very early. They're going through some growing pains.
Good thing.
LSU dropping the first series on the road at Mississippi State. What shocked me was they've given up 15 runs.
Well, they gave up, 43 for the weekend.
Woo!
They were just torched. And I'm trying to think, they got run rule Sunday.
Wow.
I did not know they had the run rule in that conference game, so apparently they do. And I'm trying to remember, I don't ever remember LSU getting run rule before. I'm sure they have.
So what? You are a baseball guy, Scooter. So what?
I don't. It's supposed to be the greatest pitching staff known to man, and it got torched.
Yeah. All right.
Now, it's a long season. I was
This
betting
weekend.
you didn't know who they played this weekend. It's actually a rematch of the College World Series final with Florida coming to Baton Rouge.
Oh,
But I
wow.
do think, it's a long season. They lost their series to Mississippi State last year at home.
Yeah.
And still won the national
Okay.
championship. So
Yeah.
it's not over. But, and they play a very good Florida team at home this week.
We'll see what that turns out to
And but I think it's a big weekend. LSU, their pitching had problems this week.
Yeah.
That can get straightened out. But I didn't see any of the it factor
Really?
for LSU. They were. I've got it in a story in Tuesday's paper.
Yeah.
But with runners in scoring position over the weekend,
be. Can't get in.
I think 3 for 24.
Oh my God.
Wow. Wow.
You know,
Yeah.
that's not the
good.
it factor.
I mean,
when LSU's going to make an Omaha
I don't
run.
know
And
baseball
there's
that
plenty
well,
of
but I know
time
that's
to
not
get
good.
There is.
There's
It
plenty
is,
of
it
time,
is.
but
Just much like the McNeese Cowboys, I just don't think that McNeese will be probably in the upper tier of the Southland this year.
Really?
But they should be
Really?
in the middle. But when come tournament time, anything can happen. I'm just saying that. Now on the softball side, did not LSU finally lose a game? The LSU softball girls?
No, they're still unbeaten.
Oh, they're still unbeaten. I thought they may have dropped one, but. Now, on the Cowgirl side, I just learned that Ashley Vallejo, the pitcher,
out for the year.
out for
Yeah,
the
out
year
for
with
the
the
year.
knee injury.
Yeah, that was sad.
They still have some depth. They still have some depth on that side, so you never know. All right, I promise we're still going to save the Jaden Daniels story about the draft, but the Chicago Bears clearly with the moves
They
that
did.
they have
I was
made,
surprised that
they
they would
open
do
up
that.
quickly.
Wow.
Any idea, any thought that Caleb Williams will not be chosen by the Chicago Bears? Any?
He will. He will.
He will. He will. All right. Coming up next,
He will.
we'll have McNeese Athletic Director Heath Schroyer
Yes.
right here at the Sportsbook at LaBerge to
Can't
talk
wait to
about
have
the
Coach
NCAA tournament in Salt Lake City. So
Yes.
stick around for that. We'll be right back.
We're the attorneys Southwest Louisiana has known and trusted for decades. We fought relentlessly for our clients and won. We are proud to announce a new name based on our legacy of success. We are Lundy Law. The name may be new, but our team's commitment to pursuing justice for our clients has never been stronger. From personal injury and maritime cases to insurance claims, mass tort, and civil litigation, you can count on the experienced attorneys at Lundy Law.
Hey, mister, are you a Roto-Rooter plumber?
Guilty.
Did you fix what flooded my house?
Sure did.
Toilet overflow?
Nope.
Pipe break?
Getting warmer.
Busted water heater?
Nailed it.
How long can you hold your breath? Is that your real hair? What's the birds and the bees? Do you know where my grandma is?
You know, I don't know.
What's next?
Wrapping up the water cleanup.
You do that too?
We do both.
Fair enough.
Call Roto-Rooter for plumbing and water cleanup. Yeah, we do both.
Locally owned Roto-Rooter of Southwest Louisiana does it all: plumbing, drain cleaning, and water cleanup.
J&J Exterminating is here for you with our water damage sanitation treatments and wood protective borate treatments. There is no charge for home evaluations. Contact your local J&J Exterminating professional.
Miller Lite has more taste and only one more calorie than Michelob Ultra.
What's bugging you?
Is it termites? The season is now and they are swarming. At J&J Exterminating, we offer some very effective weapons against infestation of your home or business. Let us take care of what's bugging you. Don't wait. Contact us now for a free inspection.
Welcome back to Sound Off, continuing our conversation with McNeese Athletic Director Heath Schroyer on Sound Off, coming to you from the Sportsbook. Look, unfortunately, as it happens, our show production was before the big Thursday night Midwest first-round regional game in Salt Lake City, McNeese taking on Gonzaga. So we don't know the results, but something tells me deep down, you're confident the Cowboys could have pulled off that 12-5 upset over a program that we talked earlier in the week. It would be nice if McNeese can start that path down that mid-major road that Gonzaga kind of laid out many, many years ago.
Well, like you said, we're filming before the game.
Yep.
But I do like the matchup.
Yep.
You know what? We'll see what happens.
Wade said before the matchup, he said, there were some locations I kind of wanted to stay away from in regards to matchups he didn't like. Apparently, he was kind of intimating that he kind of likes this matchup like you.
Yeah, I mean, look, everyone in the tournament right now is really good.
Yeah.
So, I say that all the time. Like, everyone's really good. We're going to have to play really, really well to beat anybody.
Yeah.
And we have one guy that on our team that's ever been in the NCAA tournament. It's an entirely different animal. When you walk out into a pro arena, the media, et cetera, it's completely different.
Right.
So the nerves, like Coach and I talked about, trying to get to the rim early, trying to control tempo, just trying to do all those things to, get your second win, because guys are going to lose their win right away because of just all the adrenaline.
I agree.
But I do like our chance.
Plus the thin air.
Yeah.
Salt Lake City.
But I like the matchup.
All right. Let me quickly jump in and put the coach's hat on.
Okay.
All right. McNeese, the squad that they brought in. He brought in a mature, experienced Shahada Wells, 24 years old, grad transfer. Felder, grad transfer. Collum, all these seniors. for that matchup that is now in the books, that experience level has to play a role. They should not be intimidated by playing in an NBA venue.
No, for sure. And watch out for Cullum, because he's a pick and pop 5-man.
Yeah.
So at the higher levels, the 5-men usually aren't pick and pop, where they're able to stretch the floor.
Right.
If Cullum can make a couple threes in the game and get their 5-men away from the basket and make that other coach make a decision, that's going to be really interesting. And that's the biggest reason why Cullum is here.
Yeah.
And what that coach wanted him is obviously he's been great for us. But at this moment in time in the postseason, that skill set in that position makes us different.
Well, you're itching to get that whistle back on, aren't you?
No.
Right,
Those days are over.
Put your athletic director's hat back on now. Obviously, everything has worked out very well, exactly the way you imagined it when you hired Will Wade. How confident are you as the AD that he'll be back next year? It's got to have raised some eyebrows.
Well, for sure. I mean, look, obviously, Coach is talked about a lot. He's going to have a lot of options. We were very, very proactive, a month or so ago and extended him and, paid him more money than we've ever paid or anyone in this league has ever paid. His bonus structure is really good. But look, the thing that I've told Coach and he and I have talked about very, very openly is that, look, I wanted to make this job the next job, where I didn't want this just to be the Southland and you got to go from here to $1 million a year to $1 million. Stay here. Let's do something really, really great. And when you have a chance to go where you think you can win a national championship, I'm going to give you a hug and say thank you. Yeah. So, but you never know, Scooter, but I'm very confident. I know he loves Louisiana. I know he loves McNeese. And I truly believe that because of our success, the people that are calling him now and will call him, the portal
the calls are going to come.
The portal opened today.
Yeah,
the people that are calling and will call now would just blow your mind. Who wants to come here? That's what's really exciting.
Can I jump in? Let me jump in because I want to follow up this contract talk. This contract. You position this contract, the $700,000 a year, the 1.25 buyout in the first year. I don't remember all the calendar dates. But did you do that and structure it in such a way where you kind of knocked out a lot of those mid-majors?
Absolutely.
Because $700,000, that's what. Yeah. So if he's going to get a gig, it's going to be
Power 5.
2.5. Okay. I just wanted to confirm.
Let me tell you my reasoning in all of this as to how this play out. Coach is a great guy. I've been knowing Coach Ravens at LSU. You've got to make sure you've got the people on that bench to make sure he stays.
100%.
If you understand what I mean when I say that. Because
those
players,
well, you got to recruit
but you got to bring in players that's going to want to make me want to stay and do this again because I know what's on my bench. I'm not going to do it because, let's try to make this work again. I want to know what I've got
to win.
in the cup. Okay. Yeah, I want to know what's on it. And that's done by how people are recruited and who's bought in.
Exactly right.
That's where it starts.
And look, it's a different world today.
It is.
With the portal, and right now kids can transfer multiple times without sitting out. NIL is imperative.
It is.
And the people who don't like it, at the end of the day,
it's the way it is.
It's the way it is. And you either want to.
That's the way it is.
We're in a sports book, right?
Yeah, so you might as well.
Yeah.
So here's what I say all the time: we're in a sports book. You can play blackjack at the $5 table.
Yeah.
Or you can play blackjack at the $500 table.
Yeah.
If you want to be something great, it's just what it is, right?
Yeah, it is.
But he, in today's world, he embraces it.
Yeah.
He has open, honest communication with his players. It's like, hey, look, if you can go somewhere and make this, that's great.
Yeah.
We'll get the next person.
So
I love that about him. He is a coach of today. You know what I mean?
He is.
He really
he understands what it takes to put your 5 best players on the floor. He understands that.
Yeah.
He understands
McNeese AD, he's short in our final about a minute and a half. Let's rapid fire some stuff. The giant video board that the Southern Conference brought in for the tournament, big hit. Local company that did it. You're working in the budget to get one for next year.
When I walked in, I looked at it and I was like, whoa, this is really neat.
Oh, yeah.
And about 30 minutes later, I called Dr. Roos and said, somehow, some way, we got to get that thing.
Yeah.
And I'm going to start raising money for it right now. But
Coach,
I will tell you this, we will have one next year.
Yeah. It just
this
adds
kind
a
of
whole
ties
nother
into
thing.
that. You've had that center for a few years now.
Yeah.
Had to rebuild it a little bit after the hurricanes. How do you? This was his first big test for hysteria in the city. How did the Legacy Center? Did it hold its own?
Oh,
in,
no question.
In this regard?
No question. I mean, it's an unbelievable.
It's a big time
venue.
arena.
You know, like Coach Wade, and there's a lot of things I can say about Coach, but like, you know, he's even said like, man, this is so nice. You undersold the facilities, the offices, the weight room, etc. And I will tell you this too: the greatest thing about Coach is he treats people who can't help him better than any person in that position I've ever been around.
No doubt about it.
He is phenomenal. And,
I agree. No doubt about it.
He's been awesome.
Congratulations.
Thank
Great
you guys.
week.
Appreciate
No
you.
matter the
Scooter.
result of it, he's sure
Thank
AD
you.
from McNeese. We'll have you back for football, right?
Sounds good.
We'll take a break.
Hey, mister, did you fix what flooded my house?
Sure did.
Busted water heater?
Nailed it.
What's next?
Wrapping up the water cleanup.
You do that too?
We do both.
Fair enough.
Call Roto-Rooter for plumbing and water cleanup. Yeah, we do both.
Locally owned Roto-Rooter of Southwest Louisiana does it all: plumbing, drain cleaning, and water cleanup.
If it's a story worth telling, it starts with Getaways specializing in me time. Handcrafted flavors, eager to please. Escapes to soak the day away. And rounds on a course designed by Tom Fazio. Start a story all your own at L'Auberge Lake Charles.
Miller Lite has more taste and only one more calorie than Michelob Ultra.
Simply Spiked Lemonade. Made with real fruit that fell from its tree and rolled right into the party. Simply Spiked. Tastes like your favorite juice, now spiked. Now introducing Simply Spiked Peach. It's getting juicy.